Echo India 2, Hotel Whiskey, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, if you've got a quick moment.
Yeah, I do. I think it's Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. I hope I have your call sign correct. Back it comes to you, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Fox, EI2HW.
Yeah, EI2HW M0JCF. Yeah, you got that right. I think it's Bob. The name this end is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, Sidcup in Kent, just about 15 miles southeast of London. And this is the first time that I'm using this particular radio on 80 meters. And you were giving me such a good signal, 5 and 9 plus 10, absolutely consistent with a great audio. I just wondered how I was coming across to you. I'll give you the technical details in a moment. Back to you, EI2HW M0JCF.
M0JCF, Echo India 2, Hotel Washington, returning to you. A very good evening to you, Mark, and thank you very much indeed for the call. The name here is John, Juliet Oscar Hotel November, and the QDH here is about 15 kilometers south of Waterford City here on the southeast coast of Echo India. Your front line peaking about 5 to 10 dB over, so nice to walk you, nice to hear you. I wonder what you're actually running there. I'm running about 250 watts here, and that's going into a double bazooka, which is up at approximately 1 second now. Okay, sorry about that. The amplifier actually tripped out on me for some reason, I don't know why. But I'm using about 250 watts now into the double bazooka, which is up at about 30 feet or so. The transceiver I'm running here is a Yaesu Fox Tango 5000. M0 Julia Charlie Foxtrot, EI2HW.
Yeah, EI2HW M0JCF. Well, thanks for that, John, and apologies for the name. I'm rubbish with names at the moment. I think I hear the name and then I invent one in my head. But yeah, a great signal from you, John. Absolutely stonking solidly, no QSB, and a little bit of sideband noise, but they're not really interfering with your signal. Now, what I'm using here, John, let me just have a look at the power meter as well, and I'll tell you I'm peaking around 50 watts, so about 40 watts average, I would say. The antenna is a long wire antenna, very simple, 90 feet long, 27 meters long, and it's about 20 feet, 8 meters above the ground. The radio, though, is a 10 Tec Argosy 525 from about 1981, and I was given two of them on Tuesday in part exchange. Well, not in part exchange, a complete swap. I had some gear somebody wanted, and he just had these two old radios he had no use for. I've got the 10 Tec Kia paddles and all sorts of bits and pieces, but you know, they got little niggly faults with them, so I've just been messing about with them the last today really. Today's the first time I used it. So I used it, I had one contact on 20 meters earlier, then I was calling CQ40 earlier, and had a few rag chews and then a couple of other quick calls after that. And I thought, well, you know what, before I wrap it up this evening, let's have a listen on 80 meters, see how it sounds on 80. And it was sounding really good. As I say, I could hear all three of you in your group. You in particular are the loudest with the best audio. 2E0DQQ, I think it was. I'm not sure if his name was Stuart, but he was also a good signal. He was also 5 and 9 plus. And then you had an M0 as well. He was a little bit nearer the high noise floor I've got here on 80 meters. I would say he was, he was getting on for a 5 and 9, but the S7 to 8 noise was sort of encroaching on the signal and just making his audio seem a bit low. Excuse me for coughing. So that's the story, mate. I just wanted to have a quick go on 80 metres before I close down, and I heard you winding up, and I just thought it'd be a bit saucy and cheeky just to jump in and of course give you your good audio report as well, and the old double bazooka working well as well. I've seen bazooka antennas, but I've never made one, and the double bazooka in particular, I don't think I've even worked anyone that's using the double bazooka, so that's a first as well. So back to, it comes around to you there, John. EI2HW M0JCF.
Yeah, no problem at all. Just quickly, there, Marco, what model of 10 Tec is it again? An Argosy, is it?
Yeah, it's an Argosy 525.
Okay, 525, yeah. Okay, I'm just looking it up here as you're speaking to me. And it looks like a lovely little piece of kit. And you landed on your feet there, that's for sure. It's particularly if you got two of them. So it's a lovely looking radio, I have to say. And it's sounding excellent. Your 10D press 9. So your long wire with your 60 watts, maybe PEP, is doing an excellent job. We've got some nice conditions between us at the moment. So that's working really well for you. And well done. Nice acquisition, and sounding nice and articulate and loud as well. So I'm using a little bit of outboard equipment which I got for nothing, and I'm only trying it, to be honest with you. I'm using a little cheap and cheerful Neewer microphone that we got from Amazon, probably for about 10 euros. And I got this box of tricks. It's kind of a mixer box, and I'm using that with a 48 volt supply inside it here, just to tweak it up a little bit. So that's all I'm at. Myself and John and Stuart are always fooling around with something like that. John is down in Tintagel in Cornwall. He was a good signal with me, but the signal started to change there as we went through the evening. And I suppose with the proximity effect to you, he's much closer to you than me. And Stuart is in Bristol, so that's the setup with us. And we always have a bit of a ride queue of an evening down here in 80 metres, and signals were quite good tonight actually, so we got followed by some sort of a data transmission for a while as well, as you probably heard. Well listen, I won't hold it because I'm going to pull the plug here, but thank you very much indeed for giving me the report, Mark. I appreciate it. Best of luck with your new acquisitions there. I think you're on a winner, and appreciate the call and the report. M0 Julia Charlie Foxtrot, Echo India 2 Hotel Washington.
Yeah, EI2HW M0JCF returning for the final. Do you know what, John? The pleasure was all mine, and I'm really pleased that you gave me the time of the evening. You know, it was getting late, you were signing off, and I just, you know, you always take these chances. Never look a gift horse in the mouth, as they say. But yeah, it was a club member. You know, I belong to the Cray Valley Radio Society, which is South East London, North West Kent, and you know, we're always exchanging gear or selling gear or just, you know, just giving away gear. I know I'm always giving away components and that. I'm an avid constructor as well as restorer. If you check out my QRZ page, you'll see that it needs updating actually, because I've got a lot more rubbish to add on there. But I do like me QRP, I like me homebrew, and I like me restoration. I do have modern radios, but you know, I just love this old stuff. I just cannot not operate an old radio. I say two of these, they say they've got a few little niggly problems, as you'd expect with something that's 40 odd years old, but one of them actually, the finals, or something's gone wrong with the linear, and it only puts out I think 5-10 watts, so it's only a QRP radio. But you know, at the end of the day, I'll get it all working, and I'll pass it on to the next punter, and I'll keep one of them without a doubt, but I don't need two of them. I mean, they're just ridiculous. Having said that, I've got two of certain radios, like TS520S's. I've got an S and an SE. And I bought the SE just recently on a whim. It was just, it was going for the right price. Does need some work. But, we like a challenge, don't we, as hams? Just one thing before I do go, though. I'd just like to double confirm the frequency that we're on. This has got an analog dial, and the major scale, the dial cord is broken on it. So I haven't got a major scale. I just know roughly we're on something like 7.4. So we're either on 6.7. I don't think we're on 7.74, but if you could just confirm it, otherwise I'll just get the frequency counter out and I'll just double check it. But I always feel like I'm cheating myself then, because I'm using an analog radio and then banging a digital display on it. But I think it's I think to ask you what frequency we're exactly on is acceptable. But other than that, I'm going to wish you a very best 73. Best wishes to the family, and if I don't speak to you beforehand, then have a fantastic weekend, and I look forward to dropping in on you on 80 metres in the near future, I'm sure, John. EI2HW M0JCF going clear, but if I could just have the frequency. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, no problem at all there, Mark. And yeah, just to confirm the frequency, first of all, that I'm transmitting to you on at the moment is 3.675000. So we're on 675 flat. And no, it's working great for you. And I'm on your tours at page. You've got some lovely old radios there, that's for sure. So I can see you're an avid. The constructor, lovely TS520, beautiful machine. I'm a particular fan of the TS530s. Absolutely love that radio. And it's a classic, really. And it's great to hear all the older equipment on the air. It's just fabulous. They're so well made, aren't they? And I have to say, okay, I think we're timing it just right. The Europeans are starting to come up on the front to us now. They're starting to roll in fairly strong. So I think we're timing it just right. Thanks, Mark, for the call. Pleasure to talk to you. Give us a shout anytime you hear me down on 80 metres or wherever. And regards to you and yours there. M0 Julia Charlie Foxtrot, EI2HW.
Yeah, very best wishes to you, John, and thanks for confirming that. I'm just going to adjust the dial. It's just the outer ring needs sliding slightly. And of course, I wasn't sure in my head if I'd calculated we was on 3.675 or 3.775. I didn't think we was that high. So yeah, you've confirmed that. And once I've replaced the cord as well, I'll never have to ask again. All the best, mate, and bye-bye for now. M0JCF, going clear. Cheers, John.
Yeah, not a problem. 7 trees, Mark. We'll get you further down. M0JCF, EI2HW.